Hey everyone. As you can see, I'm at my serious desk once again. Because we're gonna talk about something serious, that has happened not only to me, but to another person that uh that I've done. And it was not a pretty thing that I did. So basically, back in July of 2020, um I sent messages to this person who goes under the username of Nacho. And Nacho at the time was only 12 years old on Discord, which for some reason I don't understand why, but that's their decision, not mine. But basically, I sent messages to this person saying how much I loved them and whatnot. I meant it as a friendly sort of gesture, but recently as some time this month, or well, whenever this uploads, so sometime either this month or last month, this person basically said that these comments were unacceptable as they could be considered, and most likely are considered, creepy and somewhat pedophilic in nature, which I definitely understood why this person think of. I was 17 at the time. This person was 12. That's definitely a no. Um, and This person tried to, expose me. Well, not sort of publicly, but this person doesn't really have a huge following to my knowledge. Um, and So I don't think it really worked on their part. Um, so um, Basically, two of their friends basically tried to, be aggressive about me, and I made an apology video about it. It's still up on the channel to this day. It's called "I'm Sorry, Nacho," where I basically said I was sorry for what I done, and I'm gonna say it again. Nacho, if you are somehow watching this, or if you just happen to get a link from whoever, I'm very sorry that I have ever said those things. I know that you probably will not accept this apology because it doesn't take away the mental damage that I caused you, even if it was unintentionally. I would never intentionally do that on another person. So, but regardless, I am truly sorry from the bottom of my heart because I never meant to hurt you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just not that type of person that would intentionally want to harm someone via making them uncomfortable, um, or just downright making them look like an ass, or making myself look like an ass as a result. Um, but this person, Nacho, also made it not a Google Doc about me, which I've seen multiple times. But there's one part about that doc that stuck me out. Not because of how not it what has nothing to do with, that particular incident, but it's part of who I was for a long time. And when I looked at it, my heart just absolutely sank. Basically, what it said was that I constantly quote infantilized Zane, which let me just take a look at this. If you don't know what infantilization is, let me just search it up real quick. It basically means it's the prolonged treatment of one who has a mental capacity greater than that of a child as though they are a child. Sorry. When used in reference to teenagers or adolescents, the term typically suggests that teenagers and their potential are underestimated in modern society, and that or adolescents are often regarded as though they are younger than their actual age. So basically, to put it bluntly, they were saying, grow up, jackass. Because, and when I read that, I was like, oh my god, that it was 100% true. I did. And I'm surprised it took me this long to finally put all the puzzle pieces together and know that what I did, this was not acceptable at all. The infantilizing stuff, not the other thing, the other incident, but that one stuck me out because, as a lot of you know, Zane is my favorite ninja, but he's also been kind of a huge part of me and the channel as a whole. And if you know me on Discord or Instagram, I tend to like a lot and save a lot of Zane pictures, whether it be fan art, 3D designs, or something to that caliber. Well, after a while, I decided, you know what? I'm going to change my image because I don't want people to think I'm just a Zane lover. Because that's not really who I am. And I had to learn that the hard way. But you know what they say, lessons learned the hard way are lessons learned. So what I did was I cleared up some of the Zane pictures on my Instagram. As for the likes, I don't really know how to trace them, to be honest, but I did get rid of a lot of the ones I saved. I didn't get rid of all of them because some of them I thought were cool, and now my saving are only going to be for like neat fan art and cool like 3D renders and whatnot, or cool posters and whatnot that I see on Instagram, which I think are really awesome. I've also changed my username on my YouTube channel because I often go by Luke the Nindroid, but yet I only refer to myself as just Luke. I don't call myself Luke the Nindroid. I don't think I've ever called myself Luke the Nindroid on my channel at all. Maybe besides this video, but who knows. But I decided to change my image because of this realization, because of the realization that this person made, which was 100% true, by the way. And I basically just had to stop. I was basically in obsession with Zane, and it was basically to a very, very toxic level. I don't even know how to describe it or put it into words, but I'll just say that I feel like because of my personal backstory, where I might go into further detail about that since it's a serious video, but basically, I don't have any real life friends. All I have is our online friends, and I wasn't, in my mind, I don't think I was properly taken care of. Not by my school and not by my parents, because my parents obviously had to work. But the one issue with that is, if you don't know, I have autism, which basically means I see the world from a different perspective. I basically don't think like normal people do. And so, and I remember this one comment my mom said to me. She said that most of the time, people who have kids with special needs often have one parent that goes to work while the other stays at home to take care of them. That just wasn't the case here. Basically, they both had to work just to scrape by. I wasn't offered much, honestly. And in a way, I feel like it made me grow up a lot slower than I really am. So when this person said I was like, that basically said I was younger than I actually am mentally, they're right. Because physically, I'm 19 years old. But mentally, I feel like I'm only like 15, like 14, 15 years old. Um, because again, I feel like my mind is not in the same growth that my physical body has. And that's the only thing I could really blame it on is myself, really. I should have known lots more than I should have. And that's my fault. There's really nothing I could do to change that now, unfortunately. I have to pay the consequences, and I have to learn from can what I can learn. So, and I don't want you guys to pity me or something like that, but I just want you guys to be informed of what's going on so that you can at least get a firm understanding of what it feels like to be in my shoes right now. It's not excusing any of the things I've done, but rather just gives you an idea of why I could have said the things I've said or did the things I've did, like I did with that incident with Nacho. Not excusing it in any way, shape, or form. It's not tolerated in any way, and it shouldn't have happened, to be honest. But I there's I don't, I just wish I had a way to go back and fix it, but unfortunately I don't. Um, Now I remember one comment when I made that apology video said to seek help. I do already have a counselor. I've been visiting this counselor for a few years, but it's mostly for depression issues because I do currently suffer from depression. And I also have anxiety problems. So I have a boatload of mental issues, some of which I might not even know I had. But, and I could understand the concern and whatnot. I can understand it. But there's one thing they're forgetting. If you guys have watched me since I made my first YouTube channel called Third Eye Plays, that was originally made back in 2018. And the whole purpose of that channel was to basically be a sort of therapy for me for my depression because making videos was something I had control over. I feel like that's a big reason why I'm depressed because I feel like I have no control over what I say, what I do, and what I'm doing. I don't feel like I have control. But with YouTube, I do have that control. And it basically created some sort of therapy for me. So for that reason, I'm not going to stop uploading because of this incident. Because if I did, it'd be one of the worst decisions I've ever made. Because, like I said before, this channel and the other channel that I made that doesn't exist anymore, Third Eye Plays, was a therapy thing for me. It made me feel happy. It made me feel like I actually have something to be proud of. And just leaving it, even for the sake of, for my mental being, just wouldn't work since my YouTube channel essentially is helping with that. So why would I take myself off of it if it was already helping? And I feel like a lot of you guys are gonna assume that I'm just a bad person and whatnot because I did this. I have the ability to change. Everyone has the ability to change. It's only if you allow them to change, then they can showcase who they truly are. Because I feel like because prior to this, I remember when I turned 18 in 2021, I gained new wisdom essentially. So like I reduced a lot of the things that really made me an asshole in 2020, like being angry or just trying to push my pain onto other people. And the big reason why I did that back then was because I didn't want to feel like I was the only one with being in pain. When I meant in pain, I meant like pain in my head, pain in emotions, not like physical pain, obviously. But I did that just so, one, some of the pain would get released, and two, just so I wouldn't feel alone. Because that's my biggest fear, is being alone. I don't like being alone. Um, and I know what you're about to say, but you have all of us. Well, this channel is not going to last forever. Um, I wish it would, but unfortunately, with the state the channel it's going, I doubt I'm gonna even get close to 1,000. Um, at least not in the immediate future. And if honestly, I would expect a massive drop in subscribers after this video because a lot of people might think I'm a bad person, but I'm admitting to my mistakes, and I've admitted to them before. I remember one of the earlier videos on my channel was something called "There's Something I Should Have Told You," and I basically was because there was one incident I remember with someone in what was it, Daily Warlord server, and I got into a massive argument with them, and I basically made a public apology because I thought it was the right decision. Um, so I don't know if there's really anything else to say here other than I did something bad back then. It's only been made aware to me now, and I'm trying to basically say, hey, I messed up, um, and that I shouldn't be doing this type of shit. I haven't done this since that day because I feel like my mental state has gotten better. Maybe not to the best of its fullest extent, but I feel that for the most part, it's pretty good. Um, and hopefully, uh, you guys will understand that 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 hey, if you admit to your own mistakes, then you might get more respect at the end of the day. Um, but just don't try and hide stuff from your past. Don't try and hide it because it's gonna come back and bite you. It's gonna come back. I mean, that's kind of like the whole point of cancel culture. I think it's what it's called. But some part of it is true. Like, yeah, I said some stupid shit back then. I remember when I actually had a Twitter account, I had said some really stupid tweets. Um, that honestly I don't mean today. Those tweets were made like a year, like almost 2 years ago, when I basically was just not in the right mental state. But now that my mental state has gotten better, not completely better, but better enough to where I could make better judgment of who and what I am. Um, I can at least find a way to atone for what I've done. Um, so don't try and hide any of the bad stuff you've done. If you did something bad in the past, admit to it, because eventually you're gonna have to. Better to do it sooner than to do it later. Um, and one thing I also want to say is that if don't try and do be who you are. Um, that reason is the big reason why I basically got rid of Zane from both my logo, my username, and my banner arts, and my Instagram saves. Because that's not who I am. I'm just a person. I'm just a Ninjago fan. I'm not an obsessor. I let that obsession go for months. I basically had to fight my own mind just to just to win that battle. And sometimes you have to battle your own mental psyche just to make the right decisions. I wish it wasn't that way, but that's the truth. It feels better that I've gotten all this out of my chest because holding this up really hurt me inside. And God, I had a near panic attack when this whole thing came out. I had a near panic attack. Um, but it made me open that, hey, you need to be opening up for your mistakes, hold yourself accountable for what you've done, and that if the person doesn't accept your apology, then there's really nothing you can do to change it. So if Nacho doesn't want to apologize, there's really nothing I could do beyond that point. So, it's just a video that I truly wanted to make for a long time because I thought about removing Zane from my user, any remnants of Zane. I thought about it months ago, but this incident gave me the proper time to do so. And honestly, in a way, I should be thanking Nacho for exposing me because if it wasn't for this person, I probably would still be continuing the stupid stuff because my brain works like this essentially. I don't know I'm doing something wrong until you tell me you're doing something wrong. It's kind of like an AI. That's why I don't like mentioning Jago in this, but it kind of reminds me of why Unagami's story is like so relatable because sometimes you just don't know you did something wrong, and when people just like walk away angrily, and you don't understand why, it makes you feel like what did I do? Essentially, all I want, and that's a big reason why whenever I do something bad, I almost instantly apologize. I almost instantly want to come back to find this person and apologize because you know I really do feel bad. Why would I wait to apologize? Now you could be asking about it this video, but technically I already did apologize to Nacho, and I just happened to apologize again. That's really what it comes down to. So I feel much better after this. And just going through my mental state, right now, as I'm speaking, me and my mom are trying to find something for me to do. We are trying. It's not easy, but we're looking. It's not that we're delaying the inevitable. It just takes a long time for stuff like this to happen, especially if you have a mental disorder such as mine or anything else similar. Because people in society do not treat people with special needs right. They don't. Especially if they blur that line between special needs and normal, which I kind of do because I'm as close as you can while still being on the spectrum, but still being considered normal. So I often get treated like I need no help, but that's often when I need the most help. So I'm going to, like I said before, I'm going to keep making videos because, again, it makes me happy that I make videos, and it's not something I can just give up that easily. But I do understand people's concerns about my own mental health and whatnot. But sometimes you got to do stuff that you love to do in order to make your mental health better. So yeah, I've been taking care of it. It's just I have a very unusual way of doing so. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say because I just wanted to get this out there because I can't keep hiding about this forever. Otherwise, that'd just be a cowardly move. Um, Eventually, I was gonna have to talk about it, and like I said before, I'd rather I talk about it sooner than wait until it bites me in the ass more so than it already did. So, anyways, I hope that you're if you have gotten into an argument with like someone or just gotten them angry, please apologize to them as soon as you can because eventually, one, you're gonna have to, and two, all the whole all you'd be doing is delaying the inevitable and making yourself more guilty as a result. And I feel really guilty that I've done all these things. I may not show it facially, but in my heart, I feel incredibly guilty because I should have known better, really. This is admitting a mistake I did. Um, and I don't want people to think I'm turning into the new Al or something because I made a name change. Kind of like how he did it twice, where, like, oh, the Ninja HD studios, once that got enough controversy, he switched to Albrecht. Then once Albrecht got enough controversy, he changed to Ninja Al. At least I'm admitting to my mistakes, and the reason I changed my name is not due to the controversy, but rather how the controversy sort of made me realize that yeah, I've been doing stuff that I shouldn't be doing. So it was essentially to not only to make my image more honest, but to help me and my viewers in the long run. So, anyways, I think I've done enough bantering and talking and whatnot. So I'll see you guys whenever I make a new video. So, see ya.